Hey guys, it's Squirt here. Today I decided to remake the video I did last time. It was too long and unstructured, so today I'm going to do it much faster and try to say a lot less. So check out the subreddit community to get the patch notes and to talk to people. They're really great and very helpful, and they're relatively kind. Much kinder than I am specifically. I always say that because if anything, I'm more toxic than them. So the Imperial Sharpshooter army, you get 3 Imperial Sharpshooters, which are this card? Where'd they go? Oh, this card for 6 energy, so that's a value proposition. So each Imperial Sharpshooter individually costs 3 energy, while the pack costs 6 energy. It may seem good on paper, but these will be lower level and they will be grouped together, so they're much more vulnerable to area of effect. That makes them okay, but they're kind of bad. For 6 energy, that they can be destroyed by single ion mine is really bad, because you lose 3 energy instantly to any area of effect at all, actually. Because if they stun it, just attack them all once, they're all gonna just die, so it's pretty really it's just bad overall. But assuming the enemy doesn't deal with them, this will actually deal an insane amount of damage. So let's say you level up to 7 and they deal 300 damage each per attack. And that is similar to my level 7 sharpshooters. Oh wow, 359 damage. Okay, so let's just say they're level, I don't know, 3 because you leveled them up to level 3. And yeah, no, you have enough cards for that. So they each deal 300 damage each. So that means you have 3 sharpshooters dealing 300 damage each, and they last for, let's say, 3 seconds. So they get 2 attacks off. So that means 900 damage every 1.5 seconds, so that is 1800 damage in 3 seconds, and that would roughly equate to 600 damage per second. That's an insane amount of damage, right? Like 600 damage per second, that's like a TIE fighter every second if you got them level up to 4, where it's 290. Oh, level 7, where they deal 400 damage per second. A TIE fighter every second to a single unit. That's pretty good, right? But they're obviously going to get destroyed as soon as they come out, because you'll see them. If they're running Ion Mine, I think they will get 1 attack out. So 6 energy for 900 damage is kind of garbage, actually. So I wouldn't recommend running them unless you have them really high level, or if you know you will play around their Ion Mine very well. So you're either a high skilled player, or you're just, high mechanic player, where you just know when to put them down and how to use them. So one thing I want to note is that it's really fucking lazy design. It's just 1 card tripled and then value packed. It's a sharpshooter tripled and value packed, and put at a lower level because it's a higher rarity. Are you fucking kidding me? This is the best they could do in 1 month? Like, what a joke. The Imperial Sentry Droid, I gotta give him credit for this one. At least this card was necessary. It filled the role that we needed, and it did something. It added something to the game. This character, Imperial Sentry Droid, specifically the character I'm talking about, does something unique that no other character can do, and it has a unique look, and it fills a role that we kind of need. We need tanking units on Empire's side. This card, what the fuck is it supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with this card? I mean, even if you use it properly, it can be really good, but so can heavy gunners. Heavy gunners basically fill almost the same role. It's just heavy damage dealers just in the back line. It's the same role, except, they're snipers instead. So I don't know. Lazy design is all I could really say. And just, come on, guys. Come on, Marble. Just try a little bit harder here. So the next unit I'm going to talk about are the Taos Marauder Army, which is what you'd expect. The same unit, the Taos Marauders, tripled and value packed. So for this one, it's actually better than you might think it is. If you put 1 Taos Marauder armies and nothing else, that's 9 units. 9 small, tiny units that can do something. So I want to note that they all cannot attack the same target because they will creep block each other. So you can use a creep block to your advantage by blocking the enemy so they can't run backwards. But assuming they're pushing really hard and you use a defensive card, they probably will have some sort of area of effect ready to stop this, especially if they know you have it. So it's easy to play around, but on the bright side, if they're dead and you put that on this card, for 4 energy, you basically have, what is this? It's like 1,000 HP and a little bit more, because let's say they take 3 tower hits to kill and you have 9 units. That's how many? 9 times 3 is 27. So you have 27 tower hits while they're swarming the tower and dealing a decent amount of damage. That's pretty decent. I think this card has more potential than people realize. You just have to play around with it and have a little bit more ingenuity with it. Lazy design, I'm glad they added this. This does fill a role that the other cards do not fill. We don't have any Ultra Swarm units, and I'm glad they added it in some way. I hope they add something similar to this on Empire side, just for the hell of it, and, you know, I like cards like this, just lazy design. They did add the feather on the top of the head, so I guess, I don't know. It's something different, just a little bit different. At least it's not the same exact card. And their stats are slightly different, where these are tankier and deal a little bit more damage, and these just attack faster and lower health. Okay, so a little bit better. And one thing, the next thing is just Bosk. They nerfed him to the ground and into the grave, actually, because he's not even usable. They nerfed his unique, they nerfed his special ability, they nerfed his, I believe they nerfed his skill, but I'm not too sure. They nerfed his damage and his health. So they nerfed everything about him, and they only buff his health just a little bit. He's not even close to usable. It's such a lazy buff. Like, just to nerf his attack damage a little bit. It's not hard to nerf just a tiny amount. Giving him 50 extra health doesn't do anything at all. It's not his main problem. His main problem is not his health. His main problem is not being able to deal enough damage through his unique and through his abilities. His skill does no damage, so he's really, really reliant on other sources of damage to be dealt for him. So, poor design. Oh, not poor design. Poor buff. Not very well thought out. He needs more damage. He doesn't need more health. It helps. The health helps, but it's not his main problem. Definitely lazy design in terms of buffing. So this one I'm really, really pissed about. So the energy net was nerfed from 1 energy to 2 energy. First of all, why would you nerf a card from 1 energy to 2 energy? Why don't you just take out its damage or lower its range of effect? It was the only 1 energy card on Empire side. Now Empire has no 1 energy card. You could argue that they don't need it, but you're also killing deck innovation. So one of the few aggressive cards are now nerfed. You can't even use energy net anymore. It's obviously not worth 2 energy. And if they make it worth 2 energy, you know, increase the damage or something, or increase its range. Like, there's so many things they could do, but they didn't do any of that. They just increased its energy usage and left it at that. And it's obvious why they did it. They did it to appease Grand Moff Tarkin players. So you might be thinking, so what, like he can still spam it. He has a 50% chance to gain 1 energy every time he spends a support skill. A lot of high-level players that paid a lot of money to level up Grand Moff Tarkin would be really pissed if their leader got nerfed. And Netmarble is aware of this, but the problem is, what about all like the players who want to have fun? What about the players who don't like Grand Moff Tarkin? Because most of the community hates Grand Moff Tarkin. It's very, very obvious that the community calls him Toxic Tarkin because he's just fucking garbage to play against. They said the support skills of the stun grenade and the net are uninteractive. Well, so is every support card in the game. TIE Fighter's not interactive. Deoxys Grenade's not interactive. Nerve Gas Grenade's not interactive. TIE Bomber's not interactive. You just get fucked every time they come out. It's just part of the game. So you can either nerf all support cards so they're not as good, or you could just nerf Grand Moff Tarkin. It's very obvious that they're trying to nerf Grand Moff Tarkin, but they don't want to do it directly to appease, you know, high-paying players. So it's very, very disgusting that they're appeasing to only a very, like, certain 5% of the player base just to make sure that they keep paying money. It really fucks up the casual player base. If the people aren't going to keep playing this game if they can't have fun with it. If you're going to nerf all the aggressive cards so all the passive players can enjoy it, it's going to be gross. So they nerfed the stun grenade, and it's obvious why they nerfed it. It's because a lot of Rebel players, a lot of high-paying Rebel players play Cassian. So, you know, if you stun Cassian, you could kill him. It's one of the few ways you could counter high-level players that paid a lot of money. They said it's uninteractive, but then again, you know, that's complete fucking bullshit. Rebel Drop Pod's not interactive. You can't do anything with it. You just put it down, and I guess it's more interactive because you can attack it. Iron Mind's not interactive. You put it down, and it's good. What is it? X-Wing's not interactive. Like, what the fuck is this argument? It's obvious they're trying to appease players who are highly passive and paid a lot of money. It's really disgusting. There's no way around it. There's no way they could argue against it. It's obvious what they tried to do. It's a really terrible PR stunt saying it's uninteractive because it makes it very obvious what they're trying to do. They're just trying to appease high-paying players who like to play overly passive. So, on the bright side, they did nerf the engineering android that repairs the tower, but this should have been done a long time ago. At 4 energy, it's somewhat balanced. They could increase its repair rate for 4 energy, but still, the card's just not fun. No one wants to fucking play against Repair Droid or Engineer. It's really, really boring way to play. So I'm glad they nerfed it. I'm pretty sure they didn't nerf it for being overpowered, because it's not overpowered. It's just really annoying and unfun to play against. So there's that, I guess. That's good of them. They should have done this a long time ago. It was very fucking obvious they should have done it a long time ago, but hey, you know, I think they are trying, because Leia did get a buff. I think she was voted one of the worst characters in the game, but she's actually pretty decent now. Her Rebel Honor Guards, so now that it costs... Now that you get 4 Rebel Honor Guards instead of 3, it's a huge difference. It's basically a free 5 energy card every 45 seconds. That's really, really good, actually. She's pretty viable. So one thing a lot of players do with her now is that they push into your tower, put the Rebel Honor Guards onto your tower so they destroy your tower, and then she backs up and shoots from afar. That's a pretty decent way to play. Her unique's pretty strong too, so yeah, just a pretty good character. Her special ability is better than you think it would be. 10% movement speed's no joke. It'll make your bounty faster, it'll make your slow units just a little bit faster, and make your fast units even faster. So definitely not that weak of a leader. She's viable now, but she's still obviously not the best player in the game. Well, not player in the game. Best card in the game or best leader whatsoever. She's just viable now. So go ahead and try her out if you have her at a high, decent enough level. Worth trying. And energy regen has now been put... Well, energy runs the same. The starting energy has been increased to 7 energy instead of 5 energy. I don't know why they took so long to do this. In fact, I think they should increase the energy regen rate overall. I think it's too slow, because then people wait for like 10 energy to make a move. So to make it more proactive, you should increase the energy regen rate so they're forced to make moves, or else they're wasting energy and doing nothing. So I think they should pick up the pace of the game. But this is obviously a subjective opinion, so this depends on what the player base wants. Do they want a faster game or do they want a slower game? It just really, really depends on the player base. And I think the game should be faster, you know, more fun, like a mobile phone game that's more interactive. So if things are faster, support cards may become better, so that's something to watch out for. So it's just a give and take balance. This one, I will admit, is a little bit tougher to balance when you deal with energy, because the whole game is centered around energy management. And if they change the energy regen rate, there's a huge Pandora's box that could just ruin everything. But I think if they increase it just a little bit, like, you know, 0.5 energy more per second, it's probably not going to destroy everything. In fact, it'll probably just make the game more fun, in my opinion. But that's something you have to test out and try in order to know. Anyways, overall, good patch for content. Terrible patch for fucking any player that likes to do anything aggressive. Nerve Gas Grenade is the new stun grenade. I highly recommended it on Rebel side if you don't want to run TIE Fighters. I liked Stun Grenade Net because you could pull them in, then stun them, but you can't do that anymore. So Nerve Gas Grenade is the next best thing. I think Vader got a slight buff indirectly to it, because now he has a stun grenade that's pretty decent. I'm not sure if they nerfed Dr. Afra Stun Grenade, but hey, it's pretty decent. So anyways, yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I really, really appreciate it. I also appreciate the constructive criticism. If you guys have any opinions, please let me know. I will be posting this on the subreddit, so if you want your opinions to be definitely heard, I will definitely look at it there. So yeah, peace out, guys. It's Squirt here. Yo, yo, yo!